What is up, gang? Welcome to Room and Board. My name's Chris George, and today I wanted to have a conversation about Kickstarters, specifically Marvel United X-Men, and perhaps why you should rethink backing it. Now, I think that Kickstarters can be one of the most exciting aspects of the board game hobby. Often, sometimes more exciting than the games that they produce. I think anyone who has a bunch of games on their shelf of shame for the hypothetical experience of fun, similar to people who add more movies to their Netflix list than watch the actual movies on their list, can relate to this sort of feeling. I myself am a huge culprit in both of those categories. But it's really easy to be swept away by the excitement of a campaign because that's what they are designed to do, generate excitement. And then a year later, or a year and a half, or however long it takes for your game to arrive, once the excitement is faded, you're left with a game and a stack of boxes filled with hundreds of dollars of Kickstarter exclusives, half of which you won't even play when you decide to resell it because you've realized it's not your thing. I myself, personally, I'm a big fan of Come On games, and more specifically of Come On Kickstarters. I think the way they run a Kickstarter campaign is second to none, and if you are excited about backing X-Men United, then this video shouldn't change your mind. Not in the slightest. Great, that's awesome, and I hope you enjoy it. But if you're only backing it because it's a $65 price point versus Come On's usual $100 price point, and you know it'll retain its value, is that really about backing the game? Or are you just getting drawn into the campaign itself? Because nothing about the price or the value really speaks to if you'll enjoy the game. You're more betting on the stock market rather than investing in an experience that you and your friends and family can enjoy. So I was thinking about it, and even throughout preparing for this video, I found myself needing to fight off the ineffable allure of this voracious Come On Kickstarter machine that was chugging along and gently drawing my hands in towards my wallet to get out my credit card. No! And I realized that I don't actually have a good reason to be backing X-Men United. I just don't. And so I suppose my question to you is, what's your reason for backing? Because if I don't agree, then you can't do it. No, what's your reason for backing? Seriously, I'm interested. Because I have a number of reasons why maybe you shouldn't. And since everyone, myself included, loves lists, I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons why you shouldn't back Marvel United X-Men. Or perhaps a better way is 5 questions to consider before you back. Number 5, have you read the rulebook? Now, this obviously applies to playthroughs, how to play videos, however you learn best. But if you don't know how the game plays or how it's going to feel when you play it, what's your reason for backing? Do you know what type of game you're getting? Do you think you will be satisfied with the experience? It seems like a very basic question, but I found myself being drawn into the campaign on the sheer delight of looking at these X-Men figures and thinking about my love of X-Men and my own nostalgia. And I'm sure that for many people, this has been the case. X-Men's coming out, I'm going all in. So have you read the rulebook? Do you know the type of game that you're getting? Question number 4. Does not going all in give you anxiety? Kickstarters are masters in generating FOMO, or fear of missing out. And the reason I bring this up is because I was on Facebook, on one of the Facebook groups that I'm a part of, Board Game Revolution Community. If you're not a part of, join it. Right now they do a lot of incredible giveaways. And it's just a really fun space for people to chat about board games, and that's it. But I was on there and somebody posed a question saying that they were backing X-Men United and they were excited about it, but with the amount of add-ons that Come On keeps throwing in, it was getting too expensive for them to back at that level. They were getting anxiety that if they were to just get the base game, they would never be able to enjoy it. They would always be thinking, well, I'm missing out on content. And they felt they'd rather cancel their pledge rather than deal with this stress and anxiety. Have I been leaning like this whole time? Oh my gosh. This is a very common thing. And Kickstarters thrive off of this scarcity, and it's only amplified by the scarcity of scarcities that the aftermarket provides. There's a lot going on here with this question of all-ins and expansions and how many add-ons is too much and Kickstarter exclusives, so much so that that could be a video by itself. If you wanted to see that, write in the comments below. But the fact remains, if you cannot just get the base pledge and be excited about getting a base pledge of this game that you were excited about, but you feel the need to get everything in the kitchen sink, then maybe you shouldn't be backing it. You don't need everything. There is so much content in the base pledge, so much, probably that matches all of the expansions that you could possibly get. In addition, you have the previous game potentially. There's so much just X-Men content. Do you really need to get all the Marvel United content, the previous content as well? So if you're getting anxiety about it, it's not worth it. Last I checked, this hobby was about joy, and anxiety and fear of missing out don't fall into that category. Number 3, I forget. Have you played Marvel United? This kind of falls into the category of number 5 of have you read the rulebook, but I think Marvel United X-Men is in a unique situation because it's basically a standalone expansion. All of the X-Men content will be compatible with the Marvel United content and vice versa. And Marvel United is currently out in retail. It is very accessible for you to be able to get a copy for a cheap amount, see if you like the game before you drop $100 to $500 on all the Marvel United content that exists, only to find out later that you don't actually enjoy the experience or it is too light for you. So have you even played Marvel United? If you haven't, maybe you shouldn't be backing X-Men United. Number 2 also kind of leads into that. This is the only one that's not really a question, but Marvel United X-Men will be available at retail and it will be cheaper for what you're paying in the Kickstarter, hands down. In preparing for this video, I have been so drawn in to the hype, even though it was something that I didn't care for before prepping for this video, that I thought, okay, well, I better go get myself a copy of Marvel United. So I went on to walmart.ca. I'm in Canada, so we don't have Target. Located the closest Walmart to me and ordered it for $33 Canadian. That's like $4 American. $33. It is so cheap at retail. For the Kickstarter, you'll be paying $65 US for the base pledge, which for us Canadians is around $82 Canadian, and you have to factor shipping into that. If you choose one-wave shipping, it'll be cheaper, but you will not get your game before it goes to retail. If you choose two-wave shipping, it'll be even more expensive. One-wave shipping will be about $15 to $20 depending where you live, US. So that works out to 85 US, which is around $102 Canadian. And if you go for two-wave shipping, that's like $100 US in a good shipping situation, or $125 Canadian. Are the stretch goals, which are usually supplied as a bonus for supporting the game before it hits retail, are they worth paying $70 for, $100 for, or $50, $70? I should just stick with one conversion. Sorry for making this confusion. I'm sticking with Canadian. Is it worth $70 to $100 Canadian? And the answer might be yes, of course. This is obviously the optimal way to experience Marvel United X-Men. You get probably around 45 new figures. That's less than $2 a figure for their cards and abilities. No brainer. This is the best way to experience the game. That other way is trash. But on the other side, if that's the best way and only way to experience the game is by having this constant variability, and the base game itself is garbage and you won't be able to play it for a long time, does the variability actually fix the game and make it a better game? Or does the lack of variability mean that it was never a strong game to begin with? I personally think that a game should be able to stand on its own merits without expansions, and the expansions should be there as bonus content to enrich future plays, but not necessary for the game to survive. That's just me personally. So that's a question you kind of have to answer yourself. Is the extra price tag, which you are paying for, worth it backing it now? Or should you just wait until it gets to retail and get it significantly cheaper? And number 1, the last question I have is, are you excited about the game? Where does your excitement stem from? because I know for me personally, I'm not excited about the game. I'm excited about the campaign. I think it is exciting to be in a space, this specific subset of people who are all excited about the same thing and who are all talking about this game that we could all experience these wonderful times with together. And that makes me want to back the game. But here's the thing, I can have this experience for $0 just by following along with the updates, or $1 by following along with the updates and being able to comment in the comment sections, or $0 if I make a pledge, do all my fun commenting, and then cancel my pledge. For me, I realize that I'm excited about things that are outside the game, and that's not why I gotten into this hobby. I got into this hobby to play board games and to play exciting games. And if I'm not excited about a game, then there's no reason that I should be backing it. And so that's why I really want to ask the question, what is the reason you are excited? Why are you backing this game? Please write in the comments below, because I am quite interested, and it certainly beats talking to myself alone in a room. What is the reason for backing, and what is generating your excitement? I even want to get the game more because I'd like to create an unboxing video for it down the line, rather than actually play the game itself. And that for me is a definite indicator that I shouldn't be getting this game. Now, all of this could change, certainly. Once I get my hands on my copy of Marvel United from Walmart, once it's taken off the shelf in the store and put in a basket for me to pick up, and I can go get it and play it, and I discover that Marvel United is the best game in the entire world. No other game has ever come close, nor ever will come close. I have been a fool this whole time. I'm going to get an entire calyx full of material and content for this amazing game. I might end up backing it and going double all in, just so I can have a whole wall of Marvel United. I don't care if I've got extras. There are 3 Cyclopses in this campaign. It seems like we should have triples of every character. There's a chance I could change my mind, but as of right now, I'm not backing, and I'm feeling comfortable and happy with that decision and looking forward to the next campaign that I'm excited to back. So that's about it. Please let me know in the comments below why you're excited and what's your reason for backing. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. I guess that's how it works. And if you're somewhere in the middle, then just subscribe and write a little comment, and I will create a personal video for you to give you one of those 2 reactions, either incredibly positive or incredibly negative. For everybody who got this far, thanks for tuning in. My name is Chris George, and I don't have a catchphrase, so I guess I'll just put some butter on these shoes and slide on out the door. I stole that from a t-shirt guy.